Hi everyone, welcome back. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about grown-up things to do in Walt Disney World that aren't necessarily in the parks. Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Yeah.
But things to do if you're a couple like us that doesn't have kids, or if you're going with kids and you want to have like a little bit of a break, or just do things that aren't as kid related. So I've got like a list of a few different things, and we're going to talk about each one and talk about what we thought. Some of them we have done, some of them we haven't. So
yeah.
Okay, so the first one would be to go and have a nice drink somewhere, but specifically we would recommend Jock Lindsays.
Yeah.
So Jock Lindsays is in Disney Springs. It's right near where you get off at the boat dock.
Yeah, if you're staying at Riverside, it's really handy.
Yeah, or French Quarter, or
is it
Saratoga. Yeah. And it's Indiana Jones themed.
Yeah, so it's themed around Jock Lindsay, who you may not know because it's a bit of a small detail, but he's the pilot in the Indiana Jones films. So the whole sort of bar is like a hangar, a plain hangar.
Jock Lindsay's hangar bar is its proper name,
and it's filled with like memorabilia of his travels, like pictures of when they've been to various places in Africa and stuff. And it's really cool. Yeah,
it's really, really well themed, isn't it? And when you go in, there's like different, like we've got a picture on our Instagram, haven't we? There's like this weird kind of like chemical, scientific looking test tubey thing on the wall.
It's cool, but I didn't know what it was.
And they had really nice drinks there. There's not huge amounts of places to sit, but you know, we went at kind of 7-8 o'clock on a weekend, I think, and we still managed to get a table. It's one of those places where the waitress or the waiter will take your order and then they bring the drinks to you. And you can get a few like bar snacks and things there as well.
Yeah, got quite a good menu actually.
But it's like, it just feels like, I mean, there is various lounges and stuff you can get drinks at, and obviously you can get drinks at all the restaurants and stuff in Disney Springs, but because Jock Lindsays is specifically a bar, it feels a little bit more adult, doesn't it?
Yeah, no children.
There's basically no kids there, which is, it's good for us. And we had like really nice cocktails there. I had it was like a pear and cinnamon cocktail. It was like a seasonal one for autumn, and it was absolutely amazing.
Tremendous.
What did you have in there?
I had the monkey brains.
Yeah, that's right.
Which I can't quite remember. I think it was rum based.
It was rum.
But the glass is really cool. If you don't know, obviously, Indiana Jones monkey brains is from the dining that they have at. Is it Club Obi-Wan, maybe? Little reference.
But the glass is like a monkey,
it's like a monkey head. Not like realistic, but it's not disgusting. But
like a wooden monkey.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So yeah, I mean, in general, just going for a nice drink to have a little break. Even if this is during the day, like during a park day, having a little like break to go and have a sit down and have a cocktail or even a soft drink, it's just a nice way to relax and get out of the hustle and bustle, especially if you've been kind of overwhelmed by strollers and
pushy guests,
screaming families, So going for a drink, and then specifically, we'd recommend Jock Lindsays. Another one, which is a similar vein, is to resort hop. Now, we didn't do this as much as what we should have. Instead, for whatever reason, on our past trip, when we felt a little bit overwhelmed by the parks, we were just going back to our room. Whereas what we should have done is just gone to another resort, just had a little look around and chill out. So what resorts did we go and have a look at?
Well, we went to the Poly... French Quarter, Riverside, obviously, because we stayed
went
there.
To the Contemporary, because we went to California Grill. We went to Beach Club, Yacht Club.
Yes, Beach Club and Yacht Club.
Went to the Boardwalk. So actually we did go quite a lot. We did go quite a lot.
Basically, we didn't go to Animal Kingdom Lodge, which was the one we should have gone to.
But yeah, I mean, just going around to have a look at some of the hotels. I mean, the Disney hotels are ridiculously well themed and beautiful, and I mean, they've all got like nice lobbies that you can just go and sit in for a break. They've got the quick service places that you can go and get a snack there or a drink. If you go to the Polynesian, then you can go and get a Dole Whip outside the bar there. Can you use the pool bar at the other hotels?
No, I don't believe you can, because basically, you're free to come in and go into the hotels, even if you're not even staying at Disney. You could go and have a look around because you can eat there. But the pools are for Disney guests only.
So you can't even get to the pool bar?
I don't think so.
But I mean, a lot of the hotels have a bar though, don't they? The Polynesian
they'll have their own lounge and various bars.
Yeah. The bar upstairs in the Polynesian's absolutely great. We went there before Ohana, and that would be a great place to go and get a drink actually as a break. So yeah, resort hopping's a good one, a good way just to have a bit of quiet time away from the hustle and bustle. And then another one would be to obviously Disney food we love. and we love eating at all the Disney restaurants, but specifically the signature restaurants, which tend to be a little bit more adult and a bit more grown up, is a good way to spend some quality time together and to have a nice meal. We ate in quite a few signatures this time, and they were always very calm and relaxed. And
yeah, I mean, fair enough. You're still going to get children now. We're not against children.
No, but you know, as people that don't have children, if we don't have to sit right next to them, then you know it's better for us. I mean, in California Grill there was kids, but they weren't like obnoxious.
No, I think you know if you're going to be paying for a signature, you're not going to take like a baby that's going to scream.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to appreciate it. Are they?
Yeah, and they're a lot more expensive, the signature restaurants. So chances are that if families are going to take their kids there, then you know they're going to be paying a lot of money for them to be there. So they tend to be very well behaved. But we ate at Yachtsman, California Grill,
Cellier.
Yeah. Be Our Guest, I suppose, is technically a signature now. I don't know if it is, but yeah. So they're a little bit more expensive, and because of that, they tend to be a little bit quieter, and just a bit more high. Like, would you say like highbrow? Like,
well, yeah, more high end. Basically, you know, I think a lot of people think of Disney as just a theme park where you're gonna get burgers and chips, but you know,
not at all.
Us Disney people, we know, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
You
know. Another one, which is a little bit different, would be to go and see some sort of like music or gig or concert. All over Disney, there's like tons of things that you can go and see that are like extra ticketed, like things. So there's always gigs on at House of Blues. They have the cinema there, the dine-in cinema. There's always things like Hoop-de-Doo Review and those kind of dinner shows.
Soleil's got a new show coming.
Yeah. Raglan Road, I know like that's a restaurant, but they have like a little show there. I've actually been to see a band in House of Blues. I went to go see Clutch in 2016, and that was great because you didn't feel like you were in Disney at all. You just felt like you were at a gig. But then you had the convenience of literally being in Disney Springs and being, 20 minutes away from everything. So that was really good. So I'd recommend if there's something on that you want to see, then going to see a band or a concert or. Yeah. There's even stuff on it, Hard Rock in Universal. I know that's different, but you could always go and see something there.
Yeah, Hard Rock always have shows on.
Yeah, and comedians and things as well they have. Another one that we did do, which is similar to visiting resorts, is to go to the Boardwalk. Mm-hmm. So we went there after we did at Yachtsman, didn't we?
Yes.
And we just had a little walk around. On the Boardwalk they've got like various places to eat, but they've also got the Atlantic Dance Hall,
something like that.
Which is like basically like a nightclub.
And they've got Jelly Rolls and
Jelly Rolls, which is like the piano bar. Yeah. They're both like over 21s, like nightclub type things. So obviously there's not going to be kids. I
think Boardwalk as a whole feels more adult.
Yeah.
And it's got it's got that brewery there. It's got it's got sort of dance clubs.
Abracadabra Bar.
Yeah.
Which we didn't get a chance to go in, but
yeah, it feels very much like the adult little section.
It's kind of like, it feels a bit like an extension of Disney Springs. It's like, a collection of shops, bars, restaurants, and especially if you're staying in one of those kind of hotels, or if you're going to have like dinner in one of the hotels, it's definitely worth walking over. Yeah. Or after Epcot, you can get to Boardwalk really quickly. It's only like a little walk away. But it's definitely worth a look around. And I noticed that they had like you can like hire bicycles and horse-drawn carriages and stuff around the Boardwalk. So that's a nice thing to do. Let's have a look at what else we've got. Tours is another one. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. So this one, I mean, you could take the kids with you, but I think it's going to be more for the people that are interested in seeing behind the scenes at Disney.
Yeah, especially if that's the type of tour you're going on. Yeah. There's different ones.
Well, there is different ones, yeah, but ones I'd be mainly interested in is looking at sort of behind the scenes of the park. So yeah. They're not safe for magic, is what the people call them.
Well, they don't recommend you take kids to things like the Keys to the Kingdom tour, because obviously they're going to show you backstage and how things work.
Yeah, I mean, we won't say too much in case there's kids watching, but yeah.
Yeah, you see, shows you how the park works.
Yeah, the logistics of it, which is really cool.
We want to do the Marcelina Magic Kingdom tour, because I think that it's not as long as the Keys to the Kingdom tour. I mean, it's not as in detail either. I think it's a couple of hours. But yeah, we've heard that you get to go backstage at some rides, and at the minute it seems to be that you go backstage at the Haunted Mansion. Yeah, and I think it's like $50 each, which I don't think is bad.
Worth it.
Yeah, And you get given some like facts as you walk along Main Street, and you get to go into a couple of like lands, and then you get to go backstage at one of the rides.
Yeah.
So tours is definitely a good one. The other one that I would like to do one day, but it's very expensive again, is the Wild Africa one.
Absolutely, I was going to say that.
Yeah, where you go like into the savannah,
yeah,
the safari area in Animal Kingdom, and you get to see like all the animals up close, and it looks really fun. Okay, so another one that we did do is to take part in something like the treasure map hunt in Adventureland or the Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom. Yeah. I mean, obviously this is like a kid-friendly thing to do. The kids are encouraged to do it, but it was really good because you can just do it amongst yourselves, and we had loads of fun doing it.
You know, if you're a big kid,
yeah,
this is a great one, especially the treasure hunt.
Yeah,
it was just really cool. I'm trying to think what else you could do there.
Do you want to explain how it worked? Like,
yeah,
how we did it?
I mean, we've mentioned it in a previous video, but basically, you go to a little stall in Adventureland.
It's just when you pass through the Adventureland walkway in between that and Frontierland, as if you're going to walk towards Splash. There's like a little hut on the left.
And it might look closed, but it probably won't be.
Yeah, it's
the doors are usually closed, but you know there'll be someone in there. And basically, what they do is they give you a map, and from that map, you get a series of clues and symbols that you need to search for in Adventureland. Each will trigger like a little effect, which is always really fun.
Use your magic band.
Yeah. So you'll find the emblem on this object, and then you'll scan it in, and then woof, whiz pops will
Something
happen.
happens, yeah. And then that'll give you the clue to go to the next location.
Yeah. And once you complete them, you'll get a card, which you get to keep. If you collect 2 cards, I think it was.
If you do 2 maps,
more,
yeah.
Yeah, if you do 2 or more maps, you'll get a fast pass for Pirates. So that's worth it as well for 10 minutes fun.
Yeah, we did it. Well, it was more than 10 minutes, but we did it because Adventureland, well, the whole of Magic Kingdom was really busy that day. And Adventureland was just packed. And everything had big queues. We'd done everything that we wanted to do. And the only thing that was left that we really wanted to ride was Pirates, but it was like an hour wait. So we did this, and we got a fast pass, and it was really good.
Fair enough, we might have spent like 20, 30 minutes on it.
But it was really fun.
But like, would you rather be stood in a queue or having fun?
Yeah.
And then getting to cut the queue?
Everyone loves a treasure hunt. I mean, we didn't do Sorcerers of the Magic Kingdom, but we saw loads of people doing it, and we will do it. And that's a fun thing to do if you're an adult and you don't want to maybe like ride like loads of rides. You just want to like take everything in. It's a good way to see little details. That's one thing that I noticed with doing the Adventureland treasure map, was that there's things that you just wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Like there was like barrels that had the emblem on that you had to scan. They were in like the totem poles that are near Jungle Cruise. Like things that you would just see as like theming. They've all got like little things hidden in them.
Yeah.
So that's really good. Let's have a little look. So shops is just another one. Taking some time to like really look through the stores, especially in places like Disney Springs. I mean, there's so many good shops that you can go and have a look around, and especially if you haven't got kids, then it means that you can like take your time and like probably look through things. Stuff like the marketplace co-op, when like with all the homeware that they've got in there,
and the art shop as well. It's another good one for
the crystal shop.
Yeah, if crystals are your thing.
The
there's like the dress shop.
The dress shop, yeah. What other ones do we love? I mean, things like World of Disney are great, but they can be quite stressful, especially if you've got little kids that are like wanting you to come and look at this and look at that. Just being able to take your time is really good. And also the resorts tend to have really good shops, I find. Yeah. So getting time to look through them. And then another one which we haven't done is the horse and carriage rides. So there's a few places that you can go and do this.
We briefly mentioned them on Boardwalk, but
the Riverside, like Port Orleans Riverside, you can do them there as well, and French Quarter.
Maybe.
Or at least you go to French Quarter on them.
Yeah, you might go down the river. We definitely saw them.
I think you can do it at Grand Floridian as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously that's quite nice, and especially if it was like a special occasion, or you were going to propose, or you were on honeymoon, like things like that. It's a nice thing to do. Horse and carriage ride. Also, I think you can do it at Fort Wilderness.
Yes.
And then the last one, which we thought would be a good idea, would be the dessert parties or the after-hour events. Yeah,
I mean, for me, the one I would be appealed by would be the Star Wars one.
Yeah, we looked at that, didn't we?
Yeah. Not only, I want to sort of try and stress that not only is it just desserts, like
they had like savoury things there, but also in a lot of the parks, other than Magic Kingdom, I think you get like cocktails and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You get sort of all you can enjoy cocktails. You'll get good seats for the shows.
Or you get an area to watch the show.
Yeah, like a cordon off area, so you're guaranteed this place basically.
So especially if it was like your first time, or you wanted to make a bit of an occasion of it, to guarantee that you were going to get a good view of, like, let's say Happily Ever After, where it's, you know, having a good view is pretty imperative for that show. And I think the dessert parties are a really nice thing to do. And like a bit of a special treat, really, aren't they?
Yeah, it's definitely something I would look at.
I think we would definitely consider doing one, or doing an after hours event as well, because I also think that the after hours event might be another good one to do as a bit of like a more adult thing, because let's be honest, like, kids aren't going to be staying awake till stupid o'clock in the morning a lot of the time, so the after hours will be a lot quieter, and it means you can get like those rides done that otherwise might be a big queue. Yeah, is there anything else that you wanted to say?
Not really.
I think we've covered everything
pretty much.
Yeah, so let us know if you've got any other ideas of what good things would be to do if you are, you know, 2 adults or a group of adults without kids, to get a bit of a break away from the parks. And thank you very much for watching. Give us a like, and nice. If you would subscribe, that would be really good.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.